Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Ian Chiquino. I'm going to cast a game today on Typhoon Peaks. This is one of the new maps released by Blizzard. And today we've got a TvT between HasHe, and his opponent is one NamhciR, or one NamhciR. It's Toss Man backwards. But this is AKA of Richmond, aka NamhciR, who's currently, I think, ranked 4th on the American server. He's got 639 wins, 369 losses, just broke 4,000, so just him on an alt account. We have a TvT on Typhoon Peaks, like I just said, and let's see what we got going so far. This game looks like we have gas going up for, I'm going to call him Richmond at this point because that name saying is just backwards, is just confusing of me. That's how I know I'm calling him Richmond. But HasHe here is just not getting gas. There he's finally going to go for gas. So I think we had a little bit quicker. Yeah, definitely a lot quicker gas here from Richmond. Going to get gas a little bit early. I'm thinking he may go for some type of early pressure. Just guessing. But it's definitely might be Reaper. He may go for some early Reaper harass and then transition that into an expansion. Not quite sure. We'll see what's going to happen with that in the future. But both players here, you can check out the economy. Very close so far. Already gas really pumping away there. Getting tons of gas. Hasn't pulled off gas yet at all. So not quite sure if he's going to stick with the gas. Maybe he's going to go for super quick Banshees. Who knows? One Marine coming out in this SCV. He's going to go do some scouting. Maybe not. Yep, now he's going to go do some scouting. HasHe is also going to go do some scouting. This is a very big map. And we have a factory being hidden over here on behind this tall grass, tall bushes, whatever you want to call them. Not really grass, it looks more like brambles, I guess you could say. If that's a word, maybe I just made up that word, brambles. It's an awesome word. But anyways, HasHe is just going with the more standard build. And just leave one Marine here at the entrance, and let's see if Richmond's going to be able to get in. Maybe, maybe not. Marines are going to shoot very fast there, and it looks like nope, he's going to turn away. Quickly going to get out of there. But factory popping up, and we've got a tech lab on this barracks. So probably get some Marauders coming out there, more than likely. Getting up quite a bit of minerals here for HasHe. See what he's going to do with that. Maybe he's going to go make an expansion. It looks like he's walking up here, make something right there. Yep, going to make an expansion. Going to go for some type of one barracks expand. Now we have a Reaper coming out. Reaper is a really good unit for this map, just because it has its back entrance in your base. You can just hop in and kind of run around and do a little bit of scouting. And of course, there's a lot of tall cliffs here in this map. An interesting expansion between both players, and you have this low ground expansion out here, and then a natural, which is pretty easy to take. Third, a little bit harder to take. You do have these back rocks, and of course you are completely surrounded by high ground. So this base is not really ideal to take, but it is your closest third base to take. Let's see if HasHe's going to get it. Nope, 2 Marines fight that off very easily. And we do have Infernal Preigniter being made, so we're going to have Hellions coming out. And what is this? Looks like a starport, so we're probably going to see a Hellion drop coming out from Richmond at this point. He's got 2 gas up and running, so an expansion up for HasHe. HasHe going to go for some type of macro play. Looks like he's going to stick with mostly bio so far early in this game. And let's check the vision of HasHe. You just have both of those Zelmaga towers in the middle of the map. So both of those things are providing a lot of vision. But I think this Hellion just snuck by right there. Below this vision of those Zelmaga towers right there is what they cannot see. So looks like he's just going to go around and do some scouting. And it looks like this Reaper, oops, got 3 kills there. Oh man, looks like he was tearing up in here. Sorry, I missed that. But just hopping in there, and that did show the factor, so he's now completely aware. More than likely that there's Hellions coming out, and is he going to get that with this Hellion? Is he going to get that Reaper? There he is, go get him. Come on, you see him, he's right here. Go to the left. No, looks like he's going to leave this guy here for defense, I would assume. The expansion is up and running now for HasHe. And transferring some SCVs over. And there we have the medevac popping out. We're going to have 3 Hellions more than likely. Maybe even a 4th if this one gets out in time. Probably going to pick it up from over here, then go grab those 3. And it looks like this Reaper's running quickly. Nope, he's going to get taken out. Oh no, they're on move command, and there he goes. He's finally going to get roasted. But he knows there are Hellions incoming, so HasHe probably going to be a little bit more prepared. Let's see if he leaves his Marauders next to his command center and whatnot. Probably leave a couple up there, leave the rest down here at his main. But we do have the medevac full of Hellions at this point. And what kind of units does he have to defend his base with? He's got some units coming out right now, some production units. Looks like they're rallied to the front of his base. And there's nothing here on the other side of this, on the other side of these brambles. I'm going to keep using that word until I find out it's completely not correct. But anyway, we have a lot of damage. Oh no, he's going to do so much damage to these SCVs. 2 down, 3 down? Oh, hasn't got a 3rd one yet, but he's running up here. And Marauder's slowing down all those Hellions. Oh no, is he going to get any more? Oh, there he goes. He looks like he just got 2 more there. But losing 4 Hellions for, I think, 4 SCVs is not really a good trade there on that part. But more Hellions coming out. Looks like he's going to research the Banshee, get some Cloak out, and also has his Engineering Bit. He's got one missile turret. Ooh, man, another Starport hidden down here, going to make a reactor. He's actually transferring this factory over and making a reactor on this one. Going to start double producing Hellions out of there, I would assume, just because he already has that upgrade. So HasHe at this point definitely pumping out the macro. He should be way ahead in the macro at this point. 30 harvesters versus 23, about 1,600 versus 800, so about double the income at this point. And a Banshee's out, and he's going to be able to deal some damage. Cloak not finished yet. I'll pop that back over there. Cloak pretty close to be done. Microing very well, going to get some kills. Stimming up there, going to try to get that Banshee. And nope, he's going to lose all those Marines. But he did deal quite a bit of damage to that Banshee. Looks like Cloak is going to be done pretty soon. Oh, that missile turret finishing just in time, but unfortunately she's just out of range. Cloak will finish, but he's going to be in vision of that missile turret if he stays too close, but he needs a Cloak. Oh no, he's going to lose it. Oh no, he does lose it. So it gets about, I think, 6 kills with that Banshee, 6 or 7 kills with that Banshee, kills a couple Marines, a couple Marauders. And it looks like we do have an expansion coming up for Richmond, and some Vikings and Banshees coming out. So it looks like we're going to have a Hellion air army. Mostly Hellions for, I would say the majority of the minerals would mostly be Hellions, and all the gases go directly towards the Vikings and Banshees. So a Bio army versus a Hellion air army. And oh man, we already have another Banshee over here. Already has 2 kills, and HasHe is going to have to get out something to deal with these cloaked Banshees. If he does have a medevac up, it's going to be a little bit nice to heal these Marines back up, but this Banshee's being microed very well. Is going to take out a lot of Marines at this point. He's got 4 kills up to this point. May need to make 1 or 2 more missile turrets on his base. But he's going to get that Marauder. That Marauder, poof, there he goes. You can check out up here at the top of this base. He's slows that 1 missile turret. That's in a pretty good position. And this Banshee is doing quite a bit of damage. 7 kills. There we go. Pick him up, finally. Picks up all those Marines. Saves them. As opposed to letting him just sit there and die. He really hasn't done any damage. But oh no, Viking finally showing up. And he's going to have to be forced to retreat until he decides to go back in there with Cloak. But that one Viking is going to force all those Banshees to fall back. And now he's turning around. He's going to fly too. Nope, he can't. He just flies right through. But 3 more Vikings show up, and they're going to take out those Vikings. So Richmond now with the air advantage is still going to continue the pressure. We do have tanks out for HasHe, but tanks aren't really good against air units. Probably should be getting Thors at this point. And he's going to take out that tech lab to prevent siege tech, so that's going to come out. That's going to be done, and he's going to need another Viking, but we already have 3 Vikings out for Richmond at this point, and those 3 Vikings are going to beat 1. Did that 1 Viking come out? No. Did he just cancel that? Oh, there it is. Maybe this is the Viking that just came out. Okay, I was about ready to say. The thing was so close to being finished, and now, wow, more Banshees down here just applying so much pressure. We have the expansion just popping up for Richmond down there at the bottom, or the right side of the map. And these Marines are going to be able to get the, he's going to get a scan. He's going to get a scan. He's going to, there he gets it. Wow, that thing just popped. That thing popped with 1 shot, that Banshee right there with that scan. So he's getting rid of these Banshees. And all this pressure just allowed Richmond to expand pretty easily. But this expansion up here from HasHe has just been, whoa, he's just making a rain there. Making a rain with mules. Dropping 4 of them right there. And so this expansion has been up quite a bit longer. So we can see harvest count 30 versus 35. And they do have the same amount of minerals. Okay, I was kind of confused. A lot of Hellions. Oh, these guys just came out of nowhere, and they're going to tear it up. Whoa! And he's even going to lose some mules at this point. He just lost basically half of his SCV count, I think, right there. If not a large portion of it. And the Marauders now being taken out. Armored Biological. Those things don't do bonus Biological, but they still do quite a bit of damage anyway. And we're going to have some Banshee Viking coming over. Nope, doesn't look like it. HasHe's basically been trapped in his base the majority of this time, fighting off this constant aggression from Richmond. We have a fusion core coming up. Okay. I'm assuming we're going to have battle cruisers. No really other reason to make a fusion core. So he's going a huge air army. You can see 3 starports, and off 2 bases. He's really going to have to, there he goes, putting more people on gas. He did finally get ahead in the harvester count, 33 versus 29. So Richmond now in the lead of harvesters, and economy also at this point. He scans and sees that huge army, and this tank is going to have to run for it. He doesn't want to get taken out. Ooh, 4 Vikings versus, looks like we have 4 also. So it looks like HasHe's going to be able to take out that air army very easily. Bring in some Hellions and try and kill some Marines, and those Banshees are taking out that tank very quickly. And oh no, he's going to lose a couple more SCVs back there. Looks like he just lost 3 or 4, and then of course a couple mules. He's going to have to quickly cloak and get out of there. So HasHe is getting quite a few tanks just for defense. The really only thing he has to worry about so far is those those Hellions, which have basically been doing quite a bit of damage. That first rush, not so much, but ones after that have certainly done quite a bit of damage. It looks like Richmond's just going for a really heavy air army, and I'm really interested to see some battle cruisers come out of this game, making some double Vikings out of this one with the reactor. And really needs to get some guys back on this gas. Not quite sure why he pulled units off gas. Maybe he lost them. Hopefully I didn't miss that. Oh, whoops, we actually had a drop there. Oh my god, I can't believe I missed that. So we had a medevac go in there, drop, and kill quite a few SCVs. Let's check the count. 26 versus 33, so we have actually HasHe back in the lead. Or HasHe? I guess that's how you say it. I'm not quite sure. All these complicated handles on BNet. Finally putting a missile turret up for HasHe. That's going to be a smart move, I would say, in the future. Unless he gets those battle cruisers out, then he's just going to Yamato cannon them or just A-move into them. But let's see what's going to happen now. We actually have Ravens now coming out. So we're going to have Ravens. No battle cruisers yet. Kind of confused why he got that fusion core and hasn't got any battle cruisers yet, but he's going to get double Ravens coming out and another expansion. So both players taking the expansions at almost the exact same time. Look at that. Look how close that is. And a sensor tower being also placed for Richmond at this point. Down here in the bottom part of the map. Not quite sure why it's down here. Probably would have been better a little bit up here because it does have a pretty big area of circle, so you're going to lose about half of the circle by placing it down here at the bottom of the map. But it does give you farther range as opposed to right here. You can see this entrance is further range as opposed to if you had it up here, you'd probably only get to see like right here. So just a little bit like that. But actually, scratch that. HasHe is pushing out with a pretty big, nice balanced army. A lot of AA, a lot of tanks, a lot of marauders, a little bit of marines sprinkled in there. He's going to go under pressure and he's going to start tank sieging. This may go for straight up contain. And where is the army? There is the army of Richmond. And he's sending out some Hellions, but it looks like he may lose his base if those tanks get in position. They are in position. They're going to siege up. And are they in range? It looks like the first two are, but the rest of them are. A lot of Vikings. Army count looks like more Vikings for Richmond. Cloaked Banshees now going out. They're going to smoke all of those Marines. And if we have some point defense drones get thrown down, I think we did, maybe not. But wow, all the AA is all instantly dead for HasHe at this point. And he just lost, I think he's going to lose the majority of his army right now. He did do a little bit of damage, killed a couple SCVs, but at the cost of his whole army, not really worth it. And this air army is relatively dominating at this point. That fight was just very one-sided. HasHe didn't have enough AA. If he's going to go like with this combination he has right now, he really needs to not get tanks and just get Thors. Tanks are not really effective against the army composition that Richmond is going with here, mostly Vikings, Banshees, basically an all-air army with a couple of Hellions thrown in the mix. And a Thor would just definitely be infinitely better in this situation, so hopefully we'll see him transition over to Thors here in a little bit and not get so many tanks. 1 or 2 tanks is nice, but you really don't need 5 or 6 tanks whenever you're facing a ground army that consists of just a couple Hellions and SCVs. Probably going to throw up some more SCVs, get some repairs going on. Battle cruiser operational, so we have those cattle bruisers out, and we may see Richmond go for an attack once he gets a couple more battle cruisers out. I'm not quite sure what we're going to have here, but both players' third bases are up, and looks like running a couple SCVs out, and Planetary Fortress now being made here at the third base for Vile HasHe, and a couple missile turrets being placed, and whoa, we pumped out a lot of Vikings, so he figures, okay, I want to win the air battle right now, so let's go take these guys out. And he's going to go on the aggressive here. He may be able to snipe a couple units, throwing down a scan, not seeing too much, I don't think. Sees those missile turrets there, he definitely wants to avoid those. And is he going to land? I would not recommend it landing. Vikings is basically as good as throwing them in the open grave and then throwing dirt on them. They do not work very well, in my opinion. But he sees those battle cruisers, and he's making even more Vikings at this point. There we go, more Vikings coming out. Finally, armory is now being produced. A couple more SCVs. Let's check the SCV count this time. So wow, HasHe with a pretty large harvester count up by 20 at this point. So definitely winning the economy game, and if he can really get a good army composition to defeat this huge air army, he might be able to turn this around and win at this point. We check the army value. So army value, the food counts are pretty even, but Richmond has definitely a more expensive army at this point just because it's mostly Banshees, Ravens, and battle cruisers, some of the most expensive units in the game. We have a little attack here. 2 Hellions aren't going to be able to get too close to that planetary fortress, and oh no, he just dropped some bombs on him, and oh no, both of them die, unfortunately, getting a little too close to the fire. It looks like HasHe is going to transfer a tank up to that expansion, or maybe leave it here to the Zolnaga Tower. Nope, looks like he's just going to come up here, transfer, leave a tank at the expansion just for a little bit of defense. And food count, pretty close still at this point. Both players Still kind of catching up with the Harvesters, not too much. So another starport being produced, so he's definitely sticking to this really heavy air army with Hellion backup, and a lot of SCVs being transferred over there to that expansion. He's probably almost mined out of his main. Yeah, he could probably transfer a couple more, but this is quickly turning into an air battle. Definitely not the TvT of yesteryear, Marine or tank Viking only. So it's seen a little bit of transition. Definitely always nice to see something new of top level players as far as mirror match is concerned, because I think it's so repetitive that it's just nice to see a new strategy every once in a while. So Richmond's using this Hellion coming around scouting. Got a lot of missile turrets up for HasHe at the bottom of his base, keeping that protected, and a lot of Vikings. Any upgrades for those yet? It looks like we almost have a 1 attack upgrade for HasHe at this point, and he's going to go on the aggressive Marine Marauder, mostly Viking. Man, that's like a Viking flower garden up there. Look at that. That is huge. He's got so many Vikings scanned. He sees all of those, and he's got 2 battle cruisers coming out. If HasHe can pull off some pretty sweet Viking micro, pick off some battle cruisers before they start dealing the damage, there are those 2 Ravens up there still, so they do have those point defense drones, which might be able to save their life. We have a huge attack going on here, huge air army going back. 3.4 point defense drones being placed, and I don't know if HasHe notices that. They finally are all out of energy. Those Banshees now closing. They're going to go take out the tanks. Yamato cannon taking out some Vikings, and one more up there, but it looks like those Vikings are still alive. Suiciding in some Ravens. They aren't going to kill anything. And wow, it looks like he's actually going to pull this off and get the win with those point defense drones. Those handful of Banshees have destroyed the whole ground army. And those Yamato cannons one-shotting those Vikings. Pretty sure they one-shot 125 left, yeah. Pretty sure, yeah, 300 easily one-shotting them. And those point defense drones just played a great position there for Richmond. Now in that situation, if you see your opponent has an air army that you can beat, but he throws in 4-point defense drones, just run away. I mean, you have Vikings. It's not like running away you're going to get picked off. All you would have to do is run away, attack at a different position. He's already used all his energy in the point defense drones. So in this situation, HasHe could have walked in, saw the point defense drones get thrown, just ran away. Just ran away, come up here to the top, circled around, start pressuring this base. He's going to be out of point defense drones. The battle cruisers are going to be slow. They're going to take a while to get up here. And he has the Viking number, so if they do decide to transfer, you might be able to pick off a couple battle cruisers in transit. So that was definitely a misplay on HasHe's part, but he still has a huge flower garden full of Vikings, and he's going to come up here and try and go for it again. He's going to pick off some Banshees. No, point defense drone, still with a couple energy regenerating in there. He's going to have to cloak that, but he's taking out 1 battle cruiser. He's going to lose the 2nd Banshee. Another battle cruiser is now going to be focus fired. A couple of Vikings up there in the front. He's trying to repair them down underneath some SCVs, but more Vikings reinforcing, and it looks like HasHe's going to fall back there. Let's check the upgrades. No upgrades yet for Richmond. Looks like HasHe is getting one. He already has the 1 attack upgrade for his Vikings, and he's going to get the ship plating. It's almost finished. More Vikings coming out. Definitely heavily producing Vikings. Our first player to get the 4th base up is HasHe, and he just got revealed by Richmond. Is these some Hellions? Yes, these are some Hellions. They're going to come up there and deal some damage. He may get these SCVs in transit. Oh no, if he turned ready to kill all of these SCVs, turn around. There they are. Oh no, he stops in there. He sees them. He's going to kill so many SCVs. Is he paying attention? Yes, he's going to get all those SCVs. Whoa, that was a bad transfer there. And there was even some more behind here. If you would have just saw that very nice wall in with these barracks there, you can see he canceled them as they get some more SCVs. I think he just killed so many SCVs. There was 61 versus 72, so now with just the luck of the SCV transfer, Richmond just gets back in the lead. But back here, this really nice barracks wall off from HasHe. It was a really smooth move. You can see he made the barracks and then stopped production on it, made another one, stopped production on it, made another one to get this wall off to prevent these type of Hellion run-bys. And he's going to come back and maybe get some more kills. These Hellions do one-shot those SCVs there at that point, and those Hellions doing so much damage. And we have HasHe going to come up here with the majority of his ground army, which isn't too much at this point. It's like 4 Marauders, 2 Marines. He's going to come up here and leave those guys there for defense. 4th base up quickly is following from Richmond. It looks like we have another big air attack coming out here by HasHe. And let's see what kind of damage we can have. Focusing down those battle cruisers, taking them out very quickly. You can see the focus fire. Oh, setting up some Banshees. A couple of Yamato cannons going out those. Oh no, he cloaks. Unfortunately, too late. Loses 2. Oh, he finds going to lose all 4 of his Banshees there. That was definitely A syndrome right there. Unfortunately, A move syndrome. Losing those Banshees. So he's holding this base fairly well. Probably would be kind of smart to throw in on 1 missile turret. I mean, considering this is an air army, 1 missile turret wouldn't hurt. But definitely starving in gas at this point, just because it's really heavy gas army. Definitely a smart move here, throwing down refineries as quickly as possible. Going to try and keep those alive. And HasHe landing one Viking to get vision of this Zelnaga tower, and big SCV transferring WoW at the same time. HasHe on the move, just scans, sees that, so he knows, okay, cool, there's a 4th base for my opponent also. But he's still a little bit ahead in the base count. This one has been going up for a little bit longer than his opponents. This one's just now starting to get saturated, but it's more saturated. He has more SCVs, and thrown up quite a bit of missile turrets at this point. Let me check the upgrades so far. The engineering base, so no upgrades yet. High-sec auto-tracking may be good, just because it's such a huge air battle so far this game. And wow, a lot of Vikings coming out. You can see that 22 Vikings there in this control group. He's going to go on the attack once again, going straight for this. He just wants to take out this base. This base is pissing him off. Focus fire killing. He's going to get that. Oh, there he goes. He snipes a battlecruiser. Nice move. Yamato cannon from downtown. Boom! Taking out that Viking. Better trade there for HasHe. He does snipe one battlecruiser. 4-1 Viking. Great trade. I'd take that any day of the week. So a small little ground force. He's going to come up here and attack. Going to take out some missile turrets. Going to get here behind the mineral line and take out some mules. Maybe take out some SCVs. Forcing him to pull these SCVs back a little bit. Now another base is up. 5th base for Richmond. So Richmond is getting his 5th base up first. We have another SCV over here. These Marine Marauder taking out these units. And this SCV count just is going back and forth, 81 to 57. So he's still in the lead. And these SCVs are going to be taking out one Banshee. He's going to show up and save the day. Don't worry, guys. I'm here. I've got 9 kills, taking out some Marauders. That thing is going to drop at the same time. We have a Hellion drop at the top of the base here. No Planetary Fortress. And all these SCVs are going to wish that was a Planetary Fortress. And they're all lining up. They're going to get smoked. Whoosh! One more. There they go. And looks like that barracks was moved. So those SCVs can't get out of there. And this base looks like that Banshee was taken out by this huge amount of Vikings. Whoa, so many Vikings. Looks like they're going to come down here and maybe snipe a battlecruiser. Taking out one Viking. Scanning is going to focus fire. Kill down 2 battlecruisers. There we go. 3 battlecruisers maybe. And this is a huge Viking war. Back and forth. Vikings versus Vikings. Check this out. Who is going to win this? I can't really tell. Versus. It's really close at this point. Upgrades still go for HasHe's favor. 1-1. No upgrades yet for Richmond. It looks like Richmond's going to win just out of pure numbers at this point. And the Harvester count, he just evaporated all those Hellions, all those SCVs up here in this top left base. 6 kills, 2 kills, 4 kills, 8 kills, 20 kills there total for all those Hellions just on that one base, because this was an orbital, not a planetary fortress. So this air battle is kind of favoring Richmond just because of the fact he never moves his air army. His air army just sits here the entire game. He hasn't been aggressive with it since his opponent has had so many Vikings out. We have a ground, actually the whole army, I think, so far of HasHe at this point. He's going to come up here and try and take out this 4th base from Richmond. It is a planetary fortress, so you will be able to take that sucker out with these tanks. And like we learned in GSL, at least where I learned it, a tank that is not in siege mode, just a regular tank, has farther vision than a planetary fortress does. Planetary fortress only has 6 range. A tank in regular mode has 7 range. So you can't just attack a planetary fortress anyways, unless it has a high SEP auto turret tracking upgrade. I butchered that name, but anyway, you know what I'm talking about. The upgrade that allows planetary fortress and missile turrets to have higher range. There we go. So another Viking fight right there. Very close. Wow, looks like he's going to win this. Is he going to win this? Looks like HasHe. Nope. Looks like there's a 2v1 advantage here, and Richmond's going to be able to take that out. Barely with just a couple of units remaining, but he did lose that planetary fortress. These tanks, Marauders are going to drop all of that stuff. And this base for Vile HasHe is being placed up. Some more Hellions going to go on the aggressive. Oh, there's a lot of units up there. Only 2 Marauders, though. I don't know if, well, there's a lot of Hellions. He can just run straight up in there. There is a tank there to do quite a bit of damage, so we'll see what he's going to do with this. He has that medevac up there, but at the same time, he's really worried about taking out this tank and get that base rebuilt. That battlecruiser now has 5 kills. So, there he goes. He's now done with that, and he's going to come up here and go for an attack, sitting 4 Hellions to this base down here on the right that is being upgraded to a planetary fortress, but unfortunately a little bit too late. And this Hellion drop up here at the top at the same time, so we're going to lose a bunch of units. He just scans, he sees what's up, he sees 2 Marauders. Is he going to go for it? He might be going for it. Yep, now he's going for it. No, the Marauders still in the wrong time. He was waiting for those Marauders to leave to go to the bottom base. And oh no, he watched that medevac, was not paying attention, flies right over the missile turret, loses it. Oh man. Oh my gosh, 3 kills, 3 kills, 3 kills, 3 kills. Oh man, he still sees some Marauders to come down here and help this base. Waited for those Marauders to leave. Walked in these 4 Hellions to destroy all those SCVs. That was just perfect timing from Richmond at that point. all these Vikings are going to show up, but unfortunately, they're going to have to land to take out those Hellions, and those Marauders are going to be able to do that easily enough. Let's check the Harvester count. 66 to 38, so Richmond's still in the lead at this point. Those battle cruisers, some SCVs just hanging out repair duty. Those are the mechanics of the bunch. Dropping some heals at this base. Close to being mined out at this base. Only a couple mineral patches, scattered mineral patches down here. Armory now being placed. Probably a good idea to get that armory. Oh, actually, he already has an armory. That's interesting. I wonder why he's building a second armory when he hasn't even started making upgrades over here yet. Who knows? He might have forgotten about it. We're already 36 minutes into this crazy TvT. I'm really digging these new maps. These new maps that are very big. And you just see very different playstyles from these really these bigger maps. You would never see anything like this on Steps of War, which I'm glad to say is gone from the map pool personally. But this Planetary Fortress is now morphing back up. He's trying to get this 4th base back in action. There's a lot of Vikings. They're going to go down there and deal some damage. Maybe try to take out that Planetary Fortress. I don't know if that's going to work out. I think Planetary Fortress beats about however many Vikings these are. 18 Vikings. We'll see what he's going to do with it, though. If he's just going to land and take out all those units. We're going to find out. What's he going to do? He's landing. Oh my gosh. Is he going to fight a Planetary Fortress? Whoa, he's doing a lot of damage there, actually. Whoa. That was pretty crazy. He does have 3 attack upgrades, 2 defense upgrades. And he's going to take out that medevac and run. Wow, I'm surprised how much damage those were actually doing. 17 damage versus armor, 2 attacks. So, wow, that was actually slaughtering that Planetary Fortress. That was actually quite surprising there. So 2 armories now up for Richmond, neither of them doing anything. But HasHe's now up to, let's see, how many bases is he up to? This is 5th base versus, so we have 5 bases versus 5 bases, but unfortunately HasHe is behind in the harvester count, still 70 versus 44. And this is now being completely walled off with barracks, probably a smart idea. Just going to leave a couple units in here to defend with. Well, 1 Marauder. I guess that's better than nothing. And looks like he's putting a missile turret up here and a Viking just to prevent any type of Hellion drops. But this fight is just going on and on. Let's check the resources tab. 192 food for Richmond, 126 food for HasHe. So food count definitely goes for Richmond at this point. And he's just had this, he's been playing very passive with the majority of his air army. And just basically being very aggressive with these Hellions. And drops, we have an attack here at the front. Oh no, his SCVs are getting transferred. He's going to land any Vikings. Nope, he's just going to go straight for those battle cruisers. Going to focus, get down one of them. A lot of Yamato cannons gone. Looks like one. Downtown, taking out the Viking. Did snipe a 1 battle cruiser. That worked out pretty well for him. Still no upgrades for Richmond. Kind of don't understand that just because he's running so many air units. HasHe's upgrades are just rocking it so far this game. Landing some Vikings, going to take out some Hellions. Quickly lifting back up, transforming them back and forth. Another base now being taken for Richmond. Bases all over the place this game. And just bases. You could easily fly this Planetary Fortress, or sorry, Orbital Command somewhere else. These refineries are all mined out. And all of the minerals are also gone. So this thing is nothing more than a glorified SCV producing building and a mule dropper. So many battle cruisers at this point. Look at all those battle cruisers, Vikings, everything. And now we got some upgrades finally at the 40-minute mark. Some upgrades for Richmond. Let's see, where is this upgrade coming at? There it is. He's even making another armory. 3rd armory so far this game. This expansion is just about ready to be completed. Throwing up another sensor tower. Sensor towers, I think, are going to be more and more valuable as we see larger and larger maps in any game for Terrans, because the larger maps, those sensor towers can just, the 100 it costs just can save you thousands of minerals. You know, prevent attacks like this. And these Hellions are just going to roast all those SCVs. They're going to get in the back. Look at that sweet spot. They need to get back there and kill those SCVs. Well, he's getting blocked. Oh no, but he actually killed quite a few SCVs there. Now getting the final upgrade for air. He's going to be 3-3 at this point, and we got no upgrades yet. Still getting, okay, he's going to be 1-1 at this point. Pretty soon getting the Behemoth Reactor. Great name for an upgrade, the Behemoth Reactor. Just sounds like there's some type of giant monster inside that battle cruiser that's cranking away, getting that energy charged up for those battle cruisers to deal some serious damage. And we have about 10 SCVs here trying to mine that 1 mineral patch, one at a time, guys. And an attack going down. All those Vikings are just going to land right on top of all those units and just take them out. And a couple SCVs getting picked off there. He's going to lose his command center. He's upgraded to a Planetary Fortress. Not a good idea. He's going to have to cancel that. Nope, doesn't even get it canceled. Tanks now pushing up, going to try and siege, but they're going to take out those Hellions very quickly. And we may have an attack here. Nope. Oh no, losing a Banshee. There's a big air battle, but he probably should run away. Waiting for those battle cruisers to show up. Yamato cannons going to take out 1 Viking each. There they go. Going to take out some Vikings, and there are a lot more Vikings there, but this battlecruiser reinforcement. Whoa, taking out another one there. Good thing those battlecruiser Yamato cannons don't do AoE, as they would be seriously taken out. That sniping one. He's gonna get another. Oh, he's gonna get the second one. Yes, he is. Oh, another Yamato cannon. Very nice. But he's losing a couple Vikings there in that trade. It seems that these fights are definitely going towards Richmond just because of the battlecruiser element. It seems like HasHe has the upgrades. Definitely, he's got the upgrades. He has the higher Viking counts, but these battlecruisers just take so many hits from Vikings. They're just a beast. And been working out there. One siege tank. He's denying this expansion. Just sieging one tank there. It's kind of odd. He's looking on the sensor chart. He's like, what unit is right here? That's so odd. And he's actually going to bring an SCV up here to build a command center, but he's going to get blown up. Boom! And he's not even going to kill it. There he goes. Finally, now the battlecruiser showing up. This tank is wishing he didn't have this job, but he's going to get that. No, he doesn't get that last SCV. Unfortunately, he's going to die, and his battlecruisers are taking him out. So another base now being placed for HasHe down here in the bottom part of the base, and there's one base left in this map of numerous expansions that hasn't been taken. That's this bottom expansion. Down here you can see we have some more Hellions from Richmond going on the attack. A scan going down. He's going to come down here and see that there's only one SCV, unfortunately, so he's not going to get too lucky with this. He's going to have to... Nope, isn't even going to bother with that. He's going to quickly get out of there as he knows his opponent is probably on the way to come kill him. There are so many Vikings. Look at that huge number of Vikings, and this SCV is going to... Oh my gosh, that SCV sneaks through there. That was sweet. I hope you guys noticed that. That SCV walks right across the brambles to the other side here at the same time as they were pushing this way, and now he gets roasted. I don't know if that was a micro trick, if he did that on purpose, or if that was just because he wanted to repair some Vikings. That was pretty sweet. That was pretty sweet right there. Anyways, we've got a lot of missile turrets being placed up all over the place. Pretty smart idea. His opponents are going a lot of Vikings. Look at that, 24 Vikings. How many Vikings we got for Richmond? 20 Vikings for Richmond. 9 battlecruisers, I think. Yeah, no, wow, 9 battlecruisers. That's a crazy amount of battlecruisers. Finally getting some upgrades, and looks like he's going to drop this expansion, no problem. Hellions hanging out here. This expansion is going to get up. This one is not mined out yet. This one is, wow, almost mined out. At the top right, that top right base, and these battlecruisers going to take out this expansion, no problem. We have another big air battle. Vikings, battlecruisers versus Vikings. And no Yamato cannons yet. Do so much damage. Look at all that. It's a crazy air battle. This is insane. Yamato cannons left and right, 4 of them go off. Battlecruisers soaking up so much damage there in the front. Check out that. Looks like those 2 more down here at the bottom, but these Vikings in the back from Richmond are just staying alive. And I guess you guys just learned, along with me, that Viking battlecruiser beats pure Viking in a straight up fight. You really, if you're gonna play this fight as if you're pure Viking war, you can't just straight up A move into your opponent and focus fire battlecruisers. What you want to do is go in, focus fire the battlecruisers, and then kind of back up a little bit. You don't want the battlecruisers attacking you while you attack the Vikings, or while you attack the battlecruisers. You just really have to use the range of Vikings and the speed of Vikings to counteract the battlecruisers and pull their Vikings away from the battlecruisers. But the problem with that is if you get in range close enough to shoot a battlecruiser, you're probably in range to get Yamato cannon. So it's definitely a hard fight to win. It seems like Richmond has this this down. He knows that battlecruiser Viking beats pure Viking, which is kind of odd. It probably would be smart at this point just to throw in a Thor or two, because these huge groups of Vikings with the splash damage of Thors, which do so much damage, and just have 1 or 2 Thors spread around the map to prevent any type of huge Viking attack. But it looks like these three tanks from HasHe are going to take out this planetary fortress. And look at all these units, mules and stuff. Wow, huge repair going off. 6 mules, and Vikings now showing up. Looks like they're going to win that fight. They do have more Vikings than his opponent there, and he's going to repair this thing. They love it. Those SCVs love those planetary fortresses. They have a huge planetary fortress hub going on. And wow, and he's even repairing underneath with SCVs, trying to keep those guys alive. He's going to win this fight. SCV repair, mule repair, mules repairing Vikings. And it looks like, oh no, HasHe's going to win this fight with just the mass repair he's got going on there. Look at that thing repair. Oh, it's like he's in 10 fountain of health at that point. Battlecruiser now showing up, going to try and take out those tanks. They get the tanks. Repair doesn't show up fast enough. Yamato cannon didn't want Yamato cannon off. It looks like these Vikings are going to go take out the rest of this battlecruiser quickly enough. And repair is going to save the Viking. Oh, yes, he gets it. Wow, HasHe with some clutch repair this game. And now the Hellions are going to show up. These units are all repairing each other. Like, okay, you repair me, I'll repair you. We don't want to get killed by the Hellion. And now just landing the Vikings, hanging them out over here. This game is just so all over the place. Food count 122 to 71. Let's check the harvester count. 62 to 31. So Richmond's still in the lead here, even though it kind of doesn't feel like it. I don't know why. This map is just so big. It doesn't really feel like he's in the lead somehow, but he is. By numbers, he's in the head. He's ahead. Just in harvester count, economy-wise, and army count-wise, he's in the lead, but it just doesn't feel like it for some reason. A lot of units now. HasHe's got some couple more Vikings and more units being rallied over here for Richmond. Still making Hellion Viking battle cruiser. Has so many starports spread around the map. Like we got 4, 5 starports, I think. One with reactor, and just massive number of starports. And, oops, got too many guys on this gas. 5 on this, 4 on this, unfortunately. Some Hellions being landed, or actually Vikings being landed here in the back. Just going to take out some missile turrets. Those guys, unfortunately, don't shoot down. Like, them and the Marauder need to get together and just teach the other one. Okay, here's how you shoot up. You just lean back and then pull the trigger. And the Marauder will be like, okay, if you want to shoot down, you just kind of aim down and then pull the trigger. It'd be a great, you know, little teaching lesson back and forth for each unit to learn how to just be a little bit more impressive. But taking out both of those missile turrets, and now he can kind of, I don't know what he's planning on doing. That fly in some, actually pushing this tank up, going to take out this missile turret. You're going to come up here and do a little bit of repair, but looks like he's just going to scratch that and go straight for the planetary fortress. A huge amount of battle cruisers and Vikings are going to show up. Let's check how many units we got over here for Viking-wise. It looks like a pretty similar number of Viking count between both players at this point. Looks like it's some Hellions are going to take out Vikings. Those Vikings do a lot of damage to Hellions. Just because they're 3-3 ground upgrades and they're 3-3 upgrades. Vikings, these actually HasHe landing as Vikings and GGing out. So there we have it. HasHe GGing after a basically 52-minute long game. TvT, massive air battle this game. This game was extremely crazy, all over the place. Just like almost every single base taken, and so many harvesters killed. I bet there was probably like, I don't know, probably at least about 60 or 70 harvesters killed this game on each side. So I hope you guys enjoyed this long game. Leave comments. I read all my comments and all that good stuff on my YouTube page, youtube.com/NamhciR. Thank you very much.